Fuel costs could go up by more than 6 times if Singapore makes the switch to hydrogen power today. But experts say it's probably a small price to pay if the country wants to remove about 45 million tonnes of carbon dioxide emissions a year. That's the weight of 7.5 million elephants. In today's SG Pulse, Chloe Chu finds out what first steps the country can take for that big leap towards zero carbon emissions.
It's been touted as the next best clean energy after solar. Hydrogen produces no carbon emissions, only water when burnt. But making the switch in Singapore will come at a huge cost. That's especially when there are already millions of dollars worth of investments made to store and transport fossil fuels like natural gas.
Quite a bit of infrastructure that needs to be modified or upgraded. There's some challenges, especially with transportation, how you transport hydrogen from one place to another. And also how do you store this hydrogen? Because it has to be basically compressed at a high pressure tank. It has to be stored in compressed high pressure tanks. Or, it could also be stored in a liquid form and, of course, also solid form as well.
But experts say the government has to take the lead to change infrastructure for more hydrogen fuel. They say it's the price the country might have to pay to meet its carbon target. Bringing more R&D investments and companies that use such fuel will also speed up the switch. With more using the cleaner fuel, experts believe it'll be a matter of time before the price of hydrogen fuel comes down. It's currently about 6 times more than petrol. And if hydrogen doesn't work out, it's still possible for Singapore to go nuclear. Experts say there's no space in Singapore to build a plant now, but perhaps not for long, especially with reactors getting smaller.
Depends on how technology will evolve, what new technology, new concepts the industry, the nuclear industry can offer. Russia right now is doing a demonstration project with academic Lomonosov. It's basically a floating nuclear power plant, and it's like a proof of concept to demonstrate that this type of nuclear reactor can work, right, without occupying land space, and also trying to demonstrate that this technology can be safe.
And then there's also the issue of safety, which the public has to accept.
Public acceptance remains an issue for nuclear energy, especially post-Fukushima. These are really the undesirable consequences if there is a nuclear accident. But that doesn't mean these accidents cannot be avoided altogether in the future.
Meantime, Mr. Nguyen believes that policymakers should not let up on research in this area and hedge their bets for Singapore's energy resilience.
Our next SG Pulse story will focus on the different ways that Singapore can double down even more on its climate change efforts.